Now, answering your questions about the law and legal issues. This is Legal Break with attorney Gary Bruce.
Hello there and welcome. Welcome, Gary. Good to see you again.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Absolutely. Today's question, let's pull it up. Gary, what happens if my military duty assignment changes or I move away from Fort Benning in the middle of a case? Do I have any protection?
Good question, and I hope that our soldiers serving here know the answers to this, but anyway, we all don't know it. So two distinctions maybe, civil versus criminal.
Okay.
I can't really speak to the criminal. I don't think you get to run away from it. You know, it's going to continue on, and I don't know how that would really work out. But civil, there are a lot of protections for our service members. So I have handled cases for people from Kathmandu to Iraq to Afghanistan, you name it. People end up in all kinds of different places, and you know, even pre-COVID, we were able to handle things with email.
Okay.
And email, and we can Dropbox things, and the technology's come a long way. Now, post-COVID, my heavens,
oh, wow.
Everything's changed.
Yeah.
You know, we can talk on the phone or Zoom or anyway, so many ways. So there's no real restraint there. And so if you do have to move, and people do, you just continue the case. It goes on. There may be some need to travel back, or now we do depositions by Zoom, so you don't even have to be in Columbus or Phoenix City to give a deposition. So it's really not a hindrance.
Okay.
And yeah, and you kind of need somebody boots on the ground here to usher it through anyway. So.
Well, so what are my protections if I'm that military person?
Yeah, and I think the name has changed, but the Soldiers and Sailors Civil Relief Act is a really important legislation that came about after the Second World War to protect families of soldiers who were subject to civil cases, you know, the foreclosures, collection cases, things that couldn't be dealt with while the service member was away.
Right.
And that provides protections for the family, as well as that stays, meaning it delays the onset of a statute of limitations. There's a lot of protections that, at least in Georgia, service members can use to, you know, if a case can't deal with it right now, you can deal with it later. It's still good to talk to a lawyer about it, know what your rights are, know what your options are, and know, you know, when you really do need to pay attention to these deadlines. But you do get some relief from the federal legislation protecting our soldiers and their dependents.
Okay, all right, very good. Thank you, Gary, for answering
you.
that. We'll see you on the very next Legal Break.